welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. A great big shout out to my channel members for supporting my channel. Thank you. All right, so we are going to play with some Prismas today, and I'm going to do something that probably many of you won't be able to replicate, and that's because when I get new pencils, and I actually don't purchase a lot of pencils, but whenever I do, I don't sharpen them right away, and I don't swatch them at all. And so the way that we're going to play with Prismas today is we're going to go through my Prisma set, and I believe I have the full 150, and we're going to look for any that have not been sharpened and then choose a color palette that way. And again, I think most of you sharpen and swatch right when you pick up pencils, so I don't know that it's something that you can replicate just because of that fact right there. But when I get pencils, I'm not gonna lie, I generally like to see if I can just use them straight out of the packaging just because why not? Now, most of them work better sharpened. I understand that, but still, I'm lazy, and if I can get just a little bit of color out of a pencil before I actually use it, why not? Now, as you can see, this is how you tell between a sharpened pencil and a not sharpened pencil. From the box, it is very short and kind of blunt. And this one, you can see, I've actually used some, but I've never sharpened it, so it meets the criteria. So let's just go through the different sections. Now, right now, I am not looking for any particular color palette. I think it's too premature for that because I don't know what pencils I don't have sharpened. But I'm just gonna go through and then just look at the tip and see what it is that I can find. And then we'll pick colors from there. Now, as you can see, I definitely lean towards some colors than others. And I actually don't bust out my colored pencils very often that are in the cases because since I picked up the Primrosea, it's so easy. I mean, it's not the best pencil and it doesn't have the biggest assortment of colors, but it's just easy, and I cannot overstate ease. So, there's quite a few. Okay, so I've gotten all the ones that are unsharpened, and we're going to pick a color palette. Well, it's not surprising to me that it's blues and grays. So we're going to pick this one just because it's so bright. We're going to pick this one just because these are the two outline colors. I only want 4 colors, maybe 5. So I want something dark, and I should swatch them, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to look at the pen tips. And I think this is going to be the dark pencil. Although if I do these 2 colors in grays, that could be really interesting. And then maybe this sort of vivid blue. Oh, that's a green. That's a very interesting color palette to me. Okay, let me show you the page I'm working on. So this is the page I'm working on. It is out of the Tracing the World book by Eriy. And this week, it's a 2-week time frame. For Olga Rani, her weekly prompt is mushroom. So I did all of the tracing already. I used a PrismaColor and a 0.01 just because I do like to outline my pages, because this is what it looks like when it's not outlined. And I don't know. It seems like a pretty awesomely odd color palette, and it's got lights and darks and mids, so I should be able to get some range out of that. So let me sharpen these Not gonna lie, I also like these, and there's 4 and 4. So I might do 2 other pages this month that has a combination of this and this. And then one, all of my Prismas will be sharpened, and I like the challenge of it. Now, if it's something you want to see me use, where I do another page, just probably a small little vignette or just starting of a page using these 4 colors and these 4 colors, or just 4 colors in general, let me know and I'll see if I can put that together for you guys. So let me be back. Oh, I do want to tell you I am using my Dull 133 sharpener. With some of my other pencils, I will actually use the Tegall, although the Dull is right next to me, so it doesn't really matter. But with my Prismas specifically, I use this one because I've tried it in here and it will actually split or crack. And I have better luck in the Dull than I do in this one. And I don't want to ruin my PrismaColors. So let me sharpen them and I'll be right back. All right, so for the last one, what you do with the Dull is you push the little side lever here and you pull it out so that this little bar here catches on something in there. And then to open up this here, you stick it in. At least that's how I've been doing it. I hold down on this. I probably shouldn't do it on my book, but whatever. And then it'll lock it in. And I just sharpen until it doesn't make any sound anymore. And you can switch up the dial on here, how you want your pencil. I don't know that I've played with it, but I generally, once I work with things, I don't change it up. So I don't know if people change things up depending on the type of pencil they have, but that's the setting it's on and that's the setting it will forever be. You can take this out, and I will actually do this afterwards, but yeah, that's how I use my Dull. And I did not realize how bright this was. Oh, because it's neon yellow. Well, things make more sense now. Okay, so let's choose a picture. And let's actually go for her, just because it's going to be the hardest because of skin tone. So let's start with the pink. I'm not going to color the entire page with you, but I do want to get one of these little stamps fully covered or fully colored with all 5 colors, just so you can see how I'm going to play with them. Because not only is it a limited color palette with just the 5 colors, but it's also a very odd color palette. So let's go with some of this neon. I'm not sure what that's doing, and I'm not sure that I like it. But we're going to pretend that we're one of those YouTubers that knows what she's doing. Fake it till you make it, right? The gray and the pink actually work rather well together. And again, it's not an ideal, because I'm sure someone with better skills could do a better job of combining these colors and making them look like skin tone. But really, I just want it so that she doesn't look super flat, but also doesn't look super weird. Although we might have just missed that bus. So let's try this jade green color. Oh, and if you're into just coloring along, this is Pink Rose PC 1018. The neon is Neon Yellow PC 1035. This is Jade Green PC 1021. We're using Warm Gray PC 1052. and warm gray 70%, PC 1056. This was 30%. So back to the jade green. I used to have a jade bracelet when I was younger. In fact, I still do. I don't wear things on my wrists or my neck anymore because it bothers me. But it's more of a gray green than I would say a jade green was. And I'm just basing it off of the jade bracelet that I had, because that one was definitely more of a vivid green. And I guess there's like milky jades where it's got different kind of tones. But if you were to put this color down and then ask me to identify it, I definitely would have said, yeah, no, that's more of a gray green, if that even exists. I mean, I know it exists in alcohol markers. I don't know that I've ever seen a gray green in a pencil, at least named that way. Okay, that's not bad. So we're going to use the dark color for her hair. I'm just doing a light once around. So I'm not using very much pressure at all. The beauty of Prismas is because they're such a soft pencil, if you do put other colors in, you can kind of smush them around. And for at least the layering that I do, I think they work rather well. So this one I'm going to go back in and press harder so it saturates more with the color. Oh, that's looking pretty. It doesn't help that when I was doing the tracing, I smudged her nose. And it's odd because it's one of the only ones that I did smudge. Yeah, so the only one with the face, I managed to smudge it up. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of color in. I generally don't mind the white of the page, but for this page, I'm thinking because it's such a odd color palette that I'm going to have to really rely on mixing colors together and really smushing the color into the page. So how would it look if we put the yellow down? My goodness, that is absolutely neon. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that was a highlighter, like a Tombow or something. And her accessories as well. Wow. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed with this color. But if that's I'm not sure that's a good thing or not. This probably would look good with one of those blues. Maybe I'll do that. I'll do 4 of the blues and then the yellow as an accent. And then let's go back over with the jade. Oh, see, now that's not bad. Now, when I was doing the grays in the hair, it worked really well together. I don't know if there's something else in this neon pencil, but this wants to resist it. It feels harder to be able to layer on top. But look, wow, okay. It definitely tones down that neon color. But yeah, there definitely is a resistance to doing this. that I didn't feel up in here. Okay, so let's go back in with this to brighten it up. Not sure if that's adding anything, but we're just playing. We'll put this in her necklace. It's so small that even though it's bright, it doesn't stand in your face like the rest of that did. We'll make these pink, although maybe we'll put some of the green in there. Maybe it's this jade pencil, because this doesn't seem to want to layer on the pink either. Okay. And all of them have numbers in them. So just to make it cohesive, I'm going to do all the numbers dark in this dark color. And then for around the postage stamp, I'm going to use this light one. And it's not even to cover up everything. It's just to give it a little bit more definition. All of the insides will remain white. So even though there might be, like this seems to heavily feature green, and some of the other ones might be more heavily featured with pink or pink and gray. It'll still make it cohesive if all of the numbers and the stamps are the same, and then all of the backgrounds to whatever the picture is the same. At least I think so. Okay, so we are nearly done with this. And again, I'm not going to do all of it with you. I just wanted to play around and show you. And I definitely am someone who prefers to have more colors than not, just because I don't like to blend to create new colors. But on the other side of that, if I am forced for a limited color palette, so say something like this where I'm just choosing to challenge myself because I can, or if I'm using my tech job, which only has 36 pencils, or 36 colors, or even my Derwent Skin Tones, the newest set that I've purchased, and that one only has 6 colors, then I find it interesting to challenge myself with, okay, so I only have these colors for whatever reason. What can I get out of that? Because for me, it's nice if you can have all the colors and all the things. But if you don't, then you can still create things. It might be out of your comfort zone, or you might be choosing colors like this that you normally would not have. But it also gets you to experiment. And afterwards, you can say with absolute certainty, never again. Or you can say, wow, I didn't know that I would like that, but I do. And for me, because my coloring hobby is more about the process than the outcome, it absolutely does not bother me that this can come out all types of janky. That's not a problem for me. If you are someone who deals more with the outcome or perfectionism, then something like this might just drive you absolutely batty, because then you're giving up a sense of control. And also, unless you heavily swatch, combine colors, and get a feeling prior to, then you're also going in kind of blind. And for some people, that just is a hard no. And for others, it's like, yeah, whatever, no problem. But that's the little vignette. You'll see this completed page for my March completed pages, because I do want to get this into Olga. So it's due, I think, like the 22nd, the 23rd, something like that. So that it'll show in her weekly video. But yeah, and again, let me know if you're interested in seeing me do a video where I'm already missing a pencil, where I do with these two sets, and then maybe adding this one just because because that yellow is no joke. All right, guys, well, that's it from me for now, and as always, aloha.